Then, ladies and gentlemen, let me speak to your heart today about one of the most profound challenges we face in life, how we handle the people and situations that threaten our peace, purpose, and progress. There will always be individuals who misunderstand your vision, disrespect your value, or attempt to derail your journey. But listen carefully, your energy is your currency. How you spend it determines your destiny. Too often, we waste it reacting to provocations that are beneath our purpose. Not every battle deserves your presence. Because someone disrespects you or attempts to draw you into unnecessary drama, the instinct to react can be overwhelming. It feels natural to defend yourself, to explain, to retaliate. But ask yourself this: does my reaction serve my purpose? More often than not, it doesn't. It drains your energy, lowers your focus, and worst of all, distracts you from the work you are called to do. There is power in silence. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. Silence does not mean you agree. It means you've decided that their noise is not worth your voice. When you remain silent, you keep your dignity intact. You don't owe everyone an explanation. You don't owe everyone access to your energy. Cutting people off doesn't mean you lack compassion. On the contrary, it means you have chosen self-respect. There are relationships, habits, and patterns that no longer serve your growth. Carrying them with you is like trying to run a race with weights on your back. You must let them go. Cutting someone off silently doesn't mean you harbor bitterness. It means you understand the difference between being available and being wise. Forgiveness is internal, but reconnection is optional. Protect your peace. Imagine your mind is a garden. Every word, every thought, and every interaction is a seed. You cannot afford to let weeds overtake the space reserved for your dreams. Cutting someone off is like pruning. It's not an act of anger, it's an act of intentional growth. Your purpose is too great to entertain distractions. When someone tries to provoke you, remember who you are and where you're going. You are not here to fight every battle. You are here to fulfill a destiny. Let your silence speak for you. Let your progress be your response. In closing, I urge you, don't react to what doesn't matter. Don't allow your greatness to be reduced by petty distractions. Instead, cut off what hinders you silently and with grace, and focus your energy on becoming the person you were destined to be. Energy is one of the most valuable resources you possess. Unlike material wealth, which can be replenished, your energy is finite. Each day you wake up with a limited reserve, and how you allocate it determines the trajectory of your life. The truth is, many of us squander our energy on things that add no value to our journey. We spend it on arguments that lead nowhere, on relationships that drain us, and on pursuits that distract us from our purpose. To live a life of impact, you must learn to guard your energy like treasure and spend it only where it yields a return. Every interaction you have, every thought you entertain, and every emotion you indulge is a transaction. When you react impulsively to negativity, you hand over a portion of your energy to someone else. That reaction, whether it's anger, frustration, or resentment, leaves you depleted while adding nothing of value to your life. It's like withdrawing from a bank account without making a deposit. Over time, these small but consistent withdrawals leave you emotionally bankrupt. This is why mastering your energy begins with mastering your reactions. The world is filled with distractions. People will misunderstand you, criticize you, and sometimes intentionally provoke you. But not every action deserves a reaction. When you respond to every slight, every comment, or every bit of gossip, you scatter your energy in 100 different directions. It's like pouring water into several leaking vessels. It doesn't matter how much you pour, it will never be enough. Your energy should be concentrated, directed toward building something meaningful, not dissipated on things that don't matter in the grand scheme of your life. I think about the most successful and purpose-driven individuals you admire. One thing they all have in common is the ability to focus. They don't let trivial matters consume their attention. They understand that every moment spent on negativity is a moment stolen from progress. They've learned that their energy is a tool for creation, not a weapon for retaliation. They choose their battles wisely, not out of fear, but out of wisdom, knowing that their mission is too important to be derailed by petty distractions. There is immense power in restraint. When you choose not to react, you take control of the narrative. Silence can be louder than words, and non-reaction can be more impactful than any defense. Imagine someone trying to provoke you, expecting you to lash out, only to be met with calm indifference. That moment of restraint is not weakness, it is power. You have conserved your energy, protected your peace, and most importantly, maintained your focus on what truly matters. Your energy is also deeply tied to your thoughts and emotions. Have you noticed how dwelling on negativity can drain you even when nothing is physically happening? The mind doesn't differentiate between imagined stress and real stress. It consumes your energy either way. When you replay a hurtful conversation in your mind or anticipate a confrontation that hasn't even occurred, you're spending energy on something that doesn't deserve it. This is why guarding your thoughts is just as important as guarding your actions. The people you surround yourself with also play a significant role in how your energy is spent. Some relationships are like wells, they replenish and refresh you. Others are like holes, they drain you, leaving you empty. It's not always easy to let go of relationships that no longer serve your growth, but keeping them often costs you more than you realize. It's not selfish to protect your energy, it's necessary. You cannot pour into others if you are constantly running on empty. Choosing to invest your energy in people who uplift and inspire you is not just a benefit to you, it's a benefit to the world because it allows you to operate at your highest capacity. Your energy is also an indicator of your alignment. When you're aligned with your purpose, you'll find that your energy flows naturally toward the things that matter. But when you're misaligned, even the smallest task can feel like monumental efforts. This is why it's crucial to take inventory of where your energy is going. Are you spending it on things that bring you closer to your goals, or are you wasting it on things that pull you further away? Awareness is the first step to realignment. Every choice you make, every word you speak, and every action you take is an investment of your energy. When you treat your energy as currency, you begin to see the true cost of your decisions. Is it worth arguing with someone who is committed to misunderstanding you? Is it worth holding on to bitterness over a situation you can't change? Is it worth staying in a place physically, emotionally, or mentally that no longer serves your growth? The answer to these questions becomes clear when you understand the value of your energy. And it intentionally requires discipline. It requires the courage to walk away from what drains you and the wisdom to pursue what fills you. It's not always easy, but the rewards are undeniable. When you protect your energy, you protect your peace, your purpose, and your power. You create space for growth, for joy, and for the things that truly matter. In this way, your energy becomes a force for good, not just in your own life, but in the lives of everyone you touch. Silence is one of the most underrated forms of power. In a world where people are constantly rushing to speak, to prove themselves, to defend their opinions, silence stands apart as a force that is both commanding and transformative. It is not the absence of communication, but the presence of thought, intention, and self-control. Silence speaks volumes, often louder than words. It demonstrates confidence, restraint, and clarity of purpose. While the world shouts, those who master silence can steer their energy in directions that create profound impact. Because when you choose silence, you are making a deliberate decision not to engage in the noise. It is a recognition that not every argument needs your voice, not every conflict deserves your attention, and not every situation benefits from your input. Silence allows you to observe, to understand, and to discern. It creates space for reflection and reveals truths that would otherwise be drowned out by the clamor of reaction. Silence gives you control over the narrative, allowing you to shape it with intention rather than emotion. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. To remain silent in the face of provocation requires strength. It takes immense discipline to resist the urge to react, to hold back when your pride is challenged or your values are questioned. But that restraint is where the power lies. In silence, you maintain your composure, your dignity, and your energy. You deny others the satisfaction of seeing you unravel. More importantly, you preserve your ability to think clearly and act with purpose. There is a time to speak, but wisdom is knowing when silence is the better choice. Silence can be a statement of confidence, saying, I don't need to defend myself because I know my worth. It can communicate strength, signaling that you are unmoved by external pressures. It can even convey understanding, showing that you are listening, processing, and prioritizing thoughtfulness over impulsiveness. When words are used sparingly, they carry more weight. Silence adds depth to your speech, making every word matter. Silence also has the power to disarm. When someone is confrontational, they often expect resistance. They anticipate a clash of words and emotions, but when you respond with silence, you disrupt their expectations. They are left to grapple with their own words, often realizing the futility of their attack. Silence forces others to reflect on their actions because it denies them the validation of a reaction. It removes fuel from the fire, leaving it to extinguish itself. In relationships, silence can be a tool for understanding and growth. Too often, conflicts escalate because both parties are more interested in being heard than in listening. Silence creates space for empathy. It allows you to hear not just the words being spoken, but the emotions and intentions behind them. In moments of silence, you can process what is being said without the pressure to respond immediately. This leads to deeper understanding, more thoughtful communication, and ultimately stronger connections. Silence is also a powerful tool for self-preservation. In a world that demands constant interaction and response, silence offers a retreat. It is in silence that you can reconnect with yourself, reflect on your values, and realign with your purpose. Silence allows you to process your emotions, to heal, and to grow. It is a space for introspection where you can confront your fears, acknowledge your strengths, and envision your future. Without silence, the noise of life can drown out your inner voice, leaving you disconnected from your true self. There are times when silence speaks louder than words. In the face of injustice, silence can be a form of protest, a refusal to engage with systems that perpetuate harm. In moments of grief, silence honors the depth of emotion that words cannot capture. In times of achievement, silence allows your actions to speak for themselves, letting your work and impact do the talking. Silence, when used intentionally, becomes a language of its own, conveying meaning in ways that words cannot. Silence is a mirror reflecting not only the world around you, but also the world within you. When you are silent, you become more aware of your surroundings, noticing details that would otherwise go unnoticed. Like you become attuned to the subtleties of human interaction, the unspoken dynamics that shape relationships and decisions. At the same time, silence reveals your own thoughts and feelings, uncovering truths that might be hidden beneath the surface. It is in silence that you can confront your doubts, challenge your assumptions, and discover your potential. In leadership, silence is a mark of wisdom and confidence. A leader who speaks too often risks diluting their message, while one who listens more than they speak commands respect. Silence allows a leader to observe, to understand the needs and motivations of their team, and to respond with precision and purpose. It fosters an environment of trust where others feel heard and valued. A leader's silence can inspire reflection, encourage accountability, and empower others to find their own solutions. The power of silence is evident even in nature. The most profound moments are often accompanied by silence, the stillness of a sunrise, the quiet after a storm, the hush of a forest. Silence allows us to experience the fullness of life, to appreciate its beauty and complexity without the distraction of noise. It reminds us that not everything needs to be said, that some truths are best felt rather than spoken. Silence also cultivates patience. In a world that values instant gratification, silence teaches you to wait, to endure, and to trust the process. It reminds you that not all answers come immediately, that some solutions require time and stillness to emerge. Patience is not passive, it is an active choice to remain calm and focused in the face of uncertainty. Silence nurtures this patience, helping you to navigate challenges with grace and resilience. Silence is a sanctuary, a refuge from the chaos of life. It is a space where you can find clarity, strength, and peace. It is not an absence, but a presence of intention, of thought, and of purpose. In silence, you reclaim your power, redirecting it toward the things that truly matter. You step away from the noise and into a place of authenticity and strength. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is the presence of power. Cutting people off is often misunderstood. Many see it as an act of anger or bitterness, as if distancing yourself from someone is a sign of failure or an inability to forgive. But in truth, cutting people off is one of the most profound acts of self-respect you can practice. It is not rooted in hate, but in love for yourself, your peace, and the life you are trying to build. It is a decision to prioritize your well-being, protect your energy, and honor your growth. To cut someone off is not to dismiss their value, but to recognize that their presence no longer aligns with where you are headed. Life is a journey, and not everyone is meant to walk with you through every stage of it. Some relationships are seasonal. They serve a purpose for a time, and then they fade away. It is natural and necessary. Clinging to a relationship that has run its course is like holding on to a leaf that has already fallen from the tree. It no longer contributes to your growth. It simply weighs you down. Cutting people off is not about judgment. It is about discernment. It is about understanding what feeds your spirit and what drains it, and having the courage to make the hard choices that honor your growth. And many of us have been conditioned to think that loyalty means endurance, that true relationships withstand anything. But loyalty should never come at the expense of your self-respect or your mental and emotional health. Staying connected to someone who disrespects you, belittles you, or consistently undermines your boundaries is not loyalty, it is self-abandonment. To remain in relationships that diminish you is to betray yourself. Cutting people off is a declaration that you will no longer tolerate being treated in ways that contradict your worth. It is a boundary, not a battle. Bitterness and cutting someone off are two entirely different things. Bitterness holds on, it clings to resentment and replays past hurts. Cutting someone off, on the other hand, is an act of release. It is letting go of the anger, the hurt, and the pain, and choosing to move forward without the weight of that relationship. Bitterness keeps you tethered to the very thing you're trying to escape, while cutting someone off sets you free. It says, I forgive you, but I also free myself from the need to keep you in my life. There is often guilt associated with cutting people off, especially when the other person hasn't done something blatantly wrong. Maybe they're not toxic, but they're not aligned with your growth. Maybe they don't actively harm you, but their presence isn't helping you flourish either. It's important to remember that you don't need a dramatic reason to distance yourself. Sometimes the simple realization that a relationship is no longer serving your growth is enough. Your life is a sacred space, and not everyone is meant to occupy it indefinitely. Cutting someone off is also an act of protection. Your peace is precious, and you have a responsibility to safeguard it. When you allow people who consistently bring chaos, negativity, or drama into your life, you compromise that peace. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary for your health and well-being. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If a relationship is draining you to the point where you have nothing left to give, then cutting it off is not an act of rejection. It is an act of self-preservation. Some people will not understand your decision to cut them off, and that's okay. They might accuse you of being cold, distant, or ungrateful, but their misunderstanding does not invalidate your truth. The choices you make for your well-being do not require anyone else's approval. Cutting people off is about you, not them. It is about reclaiming your energy and redirecting it toward the things and people that align with your purpose. It is about saying, I choose me. This doesn't mean that cutting someone off is easy. It often comes with pain, especially when it involves people you care about. But growth requires sacrifice. And sometimes that sacrifice is letting go of relationships that no longer fit the person you're becoming. Truth is uncomfortable, but it is always worth it. You cannot become who you are meant to be while holding on to everything and everyone from your past. Cutting people off is not about burning bridges. It's about building new ones that lead to a brighter future. Forgiveness often plays a significant role in this process. Cutting someone off doesn't mean you haven't forgiven them. Forgiveness is about releasing anger and resentment, but it doesn't mean you have to allow that person back into your life. You can forgive someone and still choose not to give them access to your energy. Forgiveness is internal. Reconnection is optional. Choosing to distance yourself doesn't mean you hold a grudge. It means you've decided to prioritize your well-being over maintaining a connection that no longer serves you. One of the most challenging aspects of cutting people off is the fear of being seen as heartless or unkind. But self-respect and kindness are not mutually exclusive. You can be kind and firm at the same time. You can love people from a distance. Cutting someone off doesn't mean you wish them harm. It simply means you are choosing to focus on your own healing and growth. It is possible to release someone with grace, wishing them well while still moving on without them. When you cut people off, you create space for new relationships, opportunities, and experiences that align with your values and vision. You allow room for growth, for healing, and for the things that truly matter. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is letting go, but it is also the most necessary. You cannot receive what is meant for you while holding on to what is not. Cutting people off is an act of faith, trusting that what lies ahead is greater than what you are leaving behind. Cutting someone off is not about punishment. It is about liberation. It is about freeing yourself from relationships that keep you stuck, that drain your energy, or that hold you back from your potential. It is about reclaiming your power and choosing to live a life that honors your worth. It is not an easy decision, but it is a necessary one. When you cut someone off, you are not giving up on them. You are choosing to prioritize yourself. And that is not bitterness, that is self-respect. Protecting your peace is one of the most vital acts of self-care you can practice. It is about safeguarding the inner calm that allows you to navigate life with clarity, focus, and resilience. In a world filled with noise, conflict, and constant demands on your energy, your peace is a sanctuary. It is the foundation from which you operate, the space where you recharge, and the state of mind that allows you to remain grounded in the face of chaos. To protect your peace is to recognize its value and to be intentional about creating boundaries that preserve it. Your peace is not something others will naturally respect unless you set the standard. It begins with the realization that your emotional and mental well-being is your responsibility. People, circumstances, and environments will test your boundaries and challenge your ability to stay calm, but the power lies within you to decide how much access they have to your inner world. Protecting your peace requires vigilance, because left unchecked, the demands and distractions of life can erode it without you even realizing. There will always be people who thrive on drama, negativity, and conflict. Their energy is chaotic, and their presence disrupts the balance you work so hard to maintain. Protecting your peace means recognizing these individuals and limiting their influence on your life. It is not about judgment or condemnation. It is about discernment. You cannot allow someone else's turbulence to pull you into their storm. Your peace is too precious to be sacrificed for the sake of appeasing others or maintaining toxic relationships. Boundaries are one of the most powerful tools for protecting your peace. They are not walls meant to shut people out, but guidelines that define how you allow others to interact with you. Boundaries communicate your values and priorities without needing to explain or justify them. When you set a boundary, you are not being rude or selfish. You are showing respect for yourself and for the relationships that truly matter. Boundaries are a way of saying, I value my peace, and I will not compromise it for things that disrupt my well-being. Protecting your peace also means being mindful of the environment you inhabit. Some spaces are uplifting and energizing, while others are draining and chaotic. The places you choose to spend your time have a direct impact on your state of mind. A cluttered, noisy, or toxic environment can make it difficult to focus, relax, or feel grounded. Protecting your peace may require you to declutter your physical space, seek out environments that inspire you, or avoid places that consistently leave you feeling depleted. Your peace is also deeply connected to the content you consume. In a digital age where information is constantly at your fingertips, it is easy to become overwhelmed by the noise of the world. Social media, news, and entertainment can all have an impact on your mental state. While staying informed and connected is important, it should not come at the expense of your peace. Protecting your peace means being intentional about what you allow into your mind and setting limits on the time and energy you devote to consuming content that doesn't serve your well-being. Self-awareness is key to protecting your peace. You must understand what triggers your stress, anxiety, or frustration and take steps to manage those triggers effectively. This requires being honest with yourself about your needs, boundaries, and limitations. It means recognizing when you need to step back, say no, or seek support. Self-awareness allows you to identify the areas of your life where your peace is most vulnerable and to take proactive steps to protect it. Protecting your peace often involves letting go. Letting go of grudges, toxic relationships, and unrealistic expectations is essential for maintaining a sense of calm and balance. Holding on to anger, resentment, or disappointment only prolongs your suffering and keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity. Letting go does not mean you condone what has happened or forget the lessons it taught you. It simply means you are choosing not to let it control your emotions or disrupt your peace any longer. One of the most challenging aspects of protecting your peace is learning to say no. It is easy to fall into the trap of overcommitting, overextending, or trying to please everyone at the expense of your own well-being. Saying no is not a rejection of others. It is an affirmation of your priorities. It is a way of ensuring that your time, energy, and attention are devoted to the things that truly matter. Saying no can be uncomfortable, but it is a necessary act of self-respect and self-preservation. Protecting your peace also involves cultivating practices that nurture your inner calm. This can include mindfulness, meditation, prayer, or simply taking time to be still and reflect. These practices create a sense of grounding and help you reconnect with yourself amidst the busyness of life. They remind you that your peace is not dependent on external circumstances, but is something you can cultivate within yourself. When you prioritize these practices, you build a reservoir of calm that you can draw upon even in the most challenging moments. Okay, your peace is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without it, you cannot think clearly, make sound decisions, or fully enjoy the present moment. Protecting your peace is an act of self-love, and it allows you to show up as your best self in every area of your life. When you are at peace, you can be more patient, compassionate, and resilient. You can face challenges with grace and navigate conflict without being consumed by it. Your peace is not just for your benefit, it ripples out into your relationships, your work, and your community. Protecting your peace does not mean avoiding conflict or difficult conversations. Sometimes protecting your peace requires addressing issues directly and setting things right. It means having the courage to confront what needs to be resolved so that it no longer disrupts your well-being. Avoidance is not peace, it is postponing the inevitable. True peace comes from facing life's challenges with strength, clarity, and confidence. It is also important to recognize that protecting your peace is an ongoing process. Life is constantly changing, and new challenges will arise that test your ability to stay calm and grounded. Protecting your peace requires constant attention, adjustment, and effort. It is not a one-time decision, but a daily commitment to prioritize your well-being and honor your needs. In protecting your peace, you set an example for others. You show them that it is possible to live a life that is both fulfilling and balanced, that it is okay to prioritize self-care without guilt or shame. You inspire others to take ownership of their well-being and to create lives that reflect their values and priorities. Protecting your peace is not just an act of self-care, it is an act of leadership, showing the world what it looks like to live with intention and purpose. When you protect your peace, you take control of your life. You stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your emotions and begin to shape your reality from within. You create a life that is aligned with your values, your goals, and your vision. Protecting your peace is not about escaping the challenges of life, but about facing them from a place of strength and clarity. It is about creating a foundation of calm that allows you to thrive no matter what comes your way. Focusing on your purpose is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in life. It is the act of aligning your actions, thoughts, and energy with something deeper than daily distractions and external demands. Your purpose is your North Star, the guiding force that helps you navigate the challenges of life and stay true to who you are. When you focus on your purpose, you become intentional with your time, your decisions, and your energy, rather than being swept away by the ebb and flow of circumstances. It is a commitment to living with clarity and meaning, to dedicating yourself to something that transcends the noise and distractions of the world. In a society that often encourages us to chase after status, wealth, and fleeting pleasures, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters. People are pulled in so many different directions, expectations from family, society, or even their own insecurities. The pressure to meet these expectations can cloud our vision and make it difficult to identify what we truly want. Focusing on your purpose, however, acts as a filter that helps you sift through the noise and keep your eyes on the bigger picture. It is the lens through which you view your life, ensuring that every action you take brings you closer to your true calling. Purpose is not something you stumble upon by accident. It is cultivated through self-awareness, introspection, and an understanding of your unique gifts and passions. It requires you to go inward, to reflect on your strengths, your values, and what excites you. What makes you feel alive? What challenges you in ways that bring out the best in you? Your purpose often lies at the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, and what the world needs, but discovering it is only the first step. The real work begins when you commit to it fully. Focusing on your purpose means saying no to distractions that do not align with your vision. This can be one of the most difficult parts of the journey, especially in a world filled with constant demands for your attention. Social media, entertainment, and the pressure to keep up with trends can easily pull you away from the things that matter most. The world is loud and the distractions are relentless. However, if you are to live a purposeful life, you must develop the discipline to filter out what doesn't serve you. This requires setting boundaries and being unapologetic about protecting your time and energy. Because when you focus on your purpose, your actions become intentional. Every step you take is aligned with the vision you have for your life. The energy you invest becomes concentrated on building a life that reflects your values and your passions. Every decision is made with the understanding that it either brings you closer to or further away from your purpose. This means being mindful of the relationships you nurture, the opportunities you pursue, and the environments you choose to inhabit. To surround yourself with people who support your vision, who challenge you to grow, and who uplift you on your journey. Choose opportunities that align with your purpose, even if they are unconventional or require sacrifice. Your purpose is not just a destination, it is a way of being, a way of living that impacts everything you do. There will be challenges along the way, there always are. Following your purpose is not a linear path, and the journey is rarely easy. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when you encounter setbacks or unexpected obstacles. However, the power of purpose lies in your ability to stay focused in the face of adversity. Purpose gives you the resilience to keep going even when the road gets tough. It helps you see obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable barriers. When you are connected to your purpose, you approach life with a sense of determination that makes even the most difficult challenges seem manageable. Purpose also provides you with the strength to overcome doubt and fear. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown are all common experiences that accompany the pursuit of something meaningful. But when you focus on your purpose, you learn to trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Purpose gives you a sense of inner confidence that transcends the fleeting doubts of the moment. When you are rooted in your purpose, you begin to see every challenge as part of the process, a necessary step toward growth. Fear will always exist, but purpose allows you to move forward despite it. Focusing on your purpose is not just about achieving external success. It is about finding fulfillment in the journey itself. While external accomplishments may provide temporary satisfaction, it is the internal alignment with your purpose that brings lasting fulfillment. Your purpose is a source of meaning that transcends material gains or societal approval. It gives you a sense of direction, knowing that every step you take is moving you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. It is the sense of knowing that you are living authentically, that you are fully aligned with who you truly are, and that you are making a difference in the world around you. Because one of the greatest gifts of focusing on your purpose is the clarity it brings to your life. In a world that often feels chaotic, having a clear sense of purpose serves as an anchor. It allows you to make decisions with confidence, knowing that you are acting in alignment with your values and your long-term vision. Because when you focus on your purpose, you learn to trust your intuition, to follow your instincts, and to make choices that reflect your true desires, not the expectations of others. Your purpose gives you the clarity to filter out the noise and to focus solely on what is essential. Okay, when you focus on your purpose, you also become more attuned to the needs of others. Purpose is not just about personal fulfillment, it is about using your gifts to serve the world around you. As you continue on your journey, you begin to see how your purpose connects with the greater good. Your passions, your skills, and your vision can contribute to a cause that is larger than yourself. This creates a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond personal achievement. It reminds you that your life has meaning and that your actions can make a positive impact in the lives of others. To focus on your purpose is to embrace the fullness of who you are and what you are capable of. It is a declaration that you are no longer willing to live by default, letting life push you in directions you never intended. Instead, you are choosing to live intentionally, to make decisions that reflect your deepest values, and to pursue goals that excite and challenge you. The road may be long and it may require sacrifice, but the journey is worth it. When you focus on your purpose, you experience a sense of fulfillment and peace that can never be attained by chasing after external validation or societal expectations. The purpose is the key to a life well lived. It is the driving force behind every action, the foundation for every decision, and the source of strength during times of adversity. When you commit to focusing on your purpose, you unlock the potential to create a life that is meaningful, impactful, and fulfilling. You align with your true self, and you discover that the pursuit of your purpose is not just about achieving a goal, but about becoming the best version of who you are meant to be.